Hey folks, it's your boy Quincy, and tonight near midnight, I'll be speaking on the topic of I miss dating in the early 1990s to early 2000s. Let me begin. As bad and racist as hard it was when I was in my teenage years, I still managed to pull women in the Harlow nightclubs almost every week. And I still managed to get five girlfriends whilst I was living out in Harlow during the 8 years I was there from 1999 to 2007, from the age of 17 years old to 25 when I left Harlow in November 2007. And I had five girlfriends whilst I was living in Harlow in Essex, and that was like a record for me because back in the day, Harlow, as you will know, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, was pretty racist. And if you were a man of color, like a black man, and to a lesser degree a mixed race man, it was kind of harder for you to pull girls there, because not impossible but harder, because obviously they had the negative stereotypes of black men, the mixed race men, and of what they see on TV and things of that nature. But anyway, let's get back in the topic at hand. My first girlfriend, when I was living in Harlow, the funny thing is she's a white girl, good looking white girl, and she wasn't even living in Harlow. She was living in a place called Ongo in Essex, and I was dating her for about a month or just over a month, between October 2000 to November 2000. So that was my first ever girlfriend from Harlow. And then in Harlow, I lived in Harlow, but she wasn't from Harlow. She lived in Ongo. So that was my first girlfriend, and that was between October, about a month or so, between October 2000 to November 2000. So that was my first girlfriend while I lived in Harlow. My second girlfriend, again, she's actually lived in Harlow, and that was for a month between, and she's a white girl, by the way, and that was between March 2001 to April 2001. So that's my second girlfriend from Harlow whilst I was living in Harlow. My third girlfriend, when I was living in Harlow, she's Italian. She's an Italian girl, and she lived in a place called Hertford in Hertfordshire, and that was for about 3 months. No, 2 months, from April 2001 to June 2001, around the time I turned 19, whilst I was finishing my college course. So that's the third girlfriend I had whilst I was living in Harlow. She's Italian, by the way, and she lives in a place called Hertford in Hertfordshire. So that's the third girlfriend I had. The fourth girlfriend I had actually lived in Harlow, and that was for about a month or so, between July 2001 to August 2001. So that's the fourth girlfriend I had. And the fifth girlfriend I had in Harlow she's a white girl, but she didn't live in Harlow. She lived in a place called Nazen in Essex, like a really, really small town. And that was for a month between March 2002 to April 2002. So again, March 2002, year 2002 to April 2002, and I was still 19. I wasn't quite 20 years old yet. So they were the five white girlfriends I had. Four were white girlfriends, and one was an Italian girlfriend. So they were the five girlfriends I had, who I dated whilst I lived in Harlow. And go back further than that, when I was in my secondary school years, between the years of 1993 to 1999, from the age of 11 to 17, in my second school years in Edmonton, North London, I had quite a lot of girlfriends during that time period, that 6 year time period. Let's start from year 7. So when I was in year 7, I had two girlfriends. One was Greek Cypriot in my age group. I think she was in my class. Didn't laugh for long, but it was a very, very, very brief relationship. So she was in my class. This Greek Cypriot girlfriend I had when I was in my first year secondary school, and I dated a girl who was Turkish Cypriot, but she was like in year 9, and that lasted for a little while. So that was my first two girlfriends I had when I was in year 7 in my secondary school in Edmonton, North London. So that was in year 7. When I was in year 8, I dated another Turkish woman, but she was a year below me. So she was in year 7, I was in year 8. And the funny irony of that one was I used to date her when I was in my primary school, my second primary school in Edmonton, North London. So that was another Turkish woman. I was in year 8. Anyway, when I was in year 9, the third year at second school, I dated a blonde girl. I had a blonde girlfriend, and she went to a school called Latimer School, which is near my school in Edmonton, North London. That was a school for clever kids. So that I dated her for a little while. So I was in year 9, so she must have been either in year 7 or year 8. So she was like a year or 2 younger than me, and she was quite good looking. And that's the blonde girl who I dated, who went to Latimer School. And I had 2 other girlfriends. I had one girlfriend who was, I was in year 9, she was in year 7, I think. And she's a white girl. And I dated her for a little bit. And then after that relationship ended, I briefly dated a mixed race girl who was in year 10 in my school in Edmonton, North London. And I was in year 9, and that was very, very brief. So that was the 3 girlfriends that I had in my time in year 9 at second school, in year 9, the first year at second school. When I got to year 10, the 4th year at secondary school in Edmonton, North London, I had 2 girlfriends. I had one who was she was in year 8, I was in year 10. She was Turkish, and I dated her for a little bit, for a couple of months. I think between the end of either November, December 1996 to February 97, so that lasted for a couple of months. And after that relationship ended, I dated a white girl who went to Edmonton County School, which is not far from my school in Edmonton, North London. And she's a white girl, good-looking white girl. And that lasted for a few months. And this is the 2 girlfriends I had when I was year 10. One went to my school, a Turkish girl. She was Turkish Cypriot. She went to my school, and another girl went to another school. She went to Edmonton County School, and she's a white girl. And the white girl who went to Edmonton County School, my ex-girlfriend, she looks a little bit like Jennifer Jason Leigh, the actress, who was in a Single White Female. And she was my type of woman. I do like I said before, I like Turkish girls, white girls, Greek girls, and Asian women. So they're the 2 girlfriends I had in year 10. Going back to the topic, when I was in year 11, the 5th year of secondary school, I dated a Pakistani girl who also went to Edmonton County School. So again, she must have been in either year 8 or year 9. I was in year 11, and she was a Pakistani girl, and she approached me. She liked me, and we dated for a few months. And that was towards the beginning of year 11, September, October time of year 11. And when I finished year 11, after I did my GCSE exams in June, July 1998, I dated a black girl called Simone, and she went to Enfield County School in Enfield Town. And obviously she approached me, and she found me attractive, and we started dating for a few months. We dated from July of 1998 to October 1998. And that carried into the first part of sixth form when I was in year 12. I was in like the 6-year second school in year 12, sixth form. And that ended in October. That relationship with the black girl that ended in October 1998. And after I finished sixth form, that was my 6th and final year of secondary school, in year 12. That was in the summer. I dated a mixed race girl called I dated a mixed race girl when I say mixed race, she's half black, half white, and she lived in Broxbourne, Hertfordshire, and I dated her in the summer of 1999. So that was a kind of brief relationship that didn't last very long. And the point I'm trying to make this video, that back in the 1990s, early 2000s, women were easier to approach. they liked you, they made it known they were interested in you blatantly, and it made it easy for men like myself to talk to these girls and approach them and struck up a conversation and start a relationship with them. And women in general back in that time period of my life, they were just so easy to talk to, even if they weren't interested in you. Um, they would let you down gently. They weren't nasty about it for the most part. Um, and just in general, women just in general that time period was just easier. Women were just more nicer to more pleasant to be around. Not like now we got this fucking Me Too bullshit and it's feminism now. Back in that time period, women were just so they just even if you had female friends, they were just easy to talk to. Um, and That time period was just a golden period for me because when I was at school and college level, um, I used to date a lot of girls. I'd like girls. I used to just chat with girls, chirps girls, do whatever. And like I said before, in my last video I did in the early two, especially in the 2000s, I used to go and Chocodere, West End, is it North London, all over different parts of London to draw girls, and girls were receptive to my advances. They just liked what they saw, and we dated or whatever, and Bob's your uncle. And I just missed dating. Like I said before, I missed dating in the late night, throughout the 1990s to early 2000s because getting into a relationship was so easy, man. You know, you didn't have to use any chat lines. You didn't have to boast to a woman how much money you earn. Or you didn't have to have this six figure income or just be a higher value man. That rubbish. You could just be yourself, and women just approach you as long as you looked decent looking and had decent clothes on. Not necessarily have the nice designer clothes, just have decent clothes and smell good, look clean. Girls were on it. You know, not these days where they like to play games and you know you have to go through 8 dating apps where you get rejected. It's horrible, man. It's not good. And there were 3 women in my life that I regret not getting with. You know, this is what I call the woman that got away or missed dating opportunities. Um, the first girl I almost got in a relationship with, yeah. I met her through an old friend of mine, old female friend of mine who went to my primary school. And I met her, and she's a mixed race girl. But when I meet my mixed race girl, she was half white English, half Indian Guyanese. But if you were to look at her, you think she was Turkish, but she was a good looking girl though. And we were both same age. She was like, her birthday's before mine. She was born 1981, so she's born October 81. So she's what, 7, 8 months older than me in it. So, but we're in the same school year because she's like the oldest in our year, and I'm the younger in my year, in a couple in June 82. And I met her through a friend, and funny enough, she lived in Edmonton near me, like not far from where I lived. And I met her in between either March or April 1997. And in that time period, I just came out of a long-term relationship with that Turkish girl who went to my school. And at the time, I wasn't ready for a long-term relationship. But this girl who went to Winchmore School, she really was on it. She was digging me. She was really wanting to be with me, and I was a bit too shy. And in the end, she dated one of my friends, and I was gutted about that. And then after that, she got a bit funny towards me. She didn't want to talk to me after that, and I think that because she really wanted to be with me, and I wanted to be with her, but I didn't know how to express it, and I just came out along to a relationship. You know what I mean? So I regret not getting with her now because now she's married with kids now. I think she's got 3 kids now. So that's the first missed opportunity that I had with a girl that really liked me, and she was good looking as well. She wasn't ugly, and she was clever as well. So that was the first opportunity I missed with a good looking girl to go for a long-term relationship, probably get married, to have kids with her. That was the first one. The second one was a white girl who went to my college, Harder College, back in 2000. She went there for 2 years, from September 1999 to July 2001, because she was doing A levels. So I didn't start college I did a little college course in January 2000, like an art course, like a little short art course. And in January 2000, that's why I met her. And I was still 17, and she was 16 going 17. And we became friends. And at one point, especially in October 2000, I liked her, she liked me. But the trouble was, she had a boyfriend, I had a girlfriend, so I couldn't really do nothing about it. And one time she looked at me to say, "Oh, I find you a sexy chap. You're a good looking guy, Quincy." And I thought she was good looking as well. and she had a twin sister who went to a sixth form in I think she went to 11th form, sixth form, or somewhere in Sawbridgeworth at the time. It was in Hertfordshire, near Harlow. And this girl I'm talking about, who went to my college, Harlow College. She did A level, she did 3 A levels, yeah. And let me tell you something, she's a clever woman, man. She got in a GCSE, she got all A stars and A's. In the A levels, she got in a 3 A levels, she got 3 A's, and in her degree, she got like a first. You know what I mean? And I think she went to University of Essex. And she's a clever girl, and you know, the last time I saw her, she was a teacher, and the last time I saw her about 4 months before I left Harlow. It was back in I think July of 2007, and after finishing university, we got in contact again. And I spoke to her on the phone, and I spoke to her on the phone back June, July 9th of 2007, after I broke up, 3 months after I broke up my ex-fiance. And I said to her, let's go out for a drink, let's go out for a drink and whatever. But she kind of got a bit funny about it, and I saw her one time in the Harlow Town Centre, and I said hello to her. She just blanked me. And I was thinking, what, whatever, man. I felt kind of bad, and I wouldn't be surprised now she's married with kids, because she's a good-looking girl, and that she's clever as well to boot. And looking back now in retrospect, I wish I asked her when I first met her back in January of 2000, when I was 17. We got numbers. We came friends, got numbers, but I think then I wish I got over. I wish I got over, because who knows? I think we would have made a good couple, because we got on so well when we first met. We first met, and we were good friends as well. And that's the second opportunity I missed with a girl that could have been quality woman, that I could have settled down, had kids with, had a family with. You know what I mean? The third woman that I missed the opportunity with, that could have got a long-term relationship, was a Turkish. Well, she's also a mixed race, but she's half Turkish, half English, yeah. And she lived in Edgware Road, and I met her in of May 2002. I met her through a other woman that I chatted up, a mixed race woman, her friend. So what happened was, I met a friend in Chocodero. I chatted her, a mixed race friend. She's half black, half white. And one time I was chatting to her friend on the phone, and so her friend introduced me to this Turkish girl who's mixed with English. She's mixed with English as well, yeah. So we started talking. That was back in May 2002. So I must have been about 9. She must have been about 14, 15. She was like 4 or 5 years younger than me. No, 5, 6. Yeah. So I met her over the phone. So we spoke. We got to know each other over the phone over in a few months. Yeah. So I met her friend in probably February, March time of 2002, and then she introduced her friend, this Turkish girl, over the phone. And like I said, we started talking and got to know each other on the phone. We liked how we sounded towards each other. So we started to go out on a date, and we met outside Chocodero of May 2002. So we walked around like West End, Piccadilly, Regent Street, just chatting. And then we got to McDonald's, just talking, and she really liked me, and I really liked her as well. And we dated on and off a little bit. And the reason I didn't pursue it in the end was because the age gap was too big. It was like 5 years. Like, I was like 20, she was 15, but she's older. And I didn't pursue it in the end, and I regret that to this day, because a few years after it happened, she got pregnant when she was like 18, 19. She got pregnant, had a kid, and unfortunately she became a single parent. And I wish that I held on to her, because I think by now, if I got with her, the Turkish woman, she's mixed race girl, half Turkish, half English, I reckon I would have had a kid with her, had a family with her, a proper nuclear family with her. And my message to guys out there: if you meet a woman and she's everything you want her to be in terms of looks, personality, charisma, whatever, and you're not sure, just get over her. Please get over her, because you don't end up like me. I'm a man, 40 years. I'm a 40-year-old man, single. I've got so much fucking regrets, man. All the good ones are gone, and now that I'm 40, it's like the ones that are left over my age, they will probably either divorced, single mothers, or fucking ugly. They're so ugly that no man wants to date. So again, guys, just listen to what I've got to say. If you meet a woman that she really likes, she really gets you, and she wants to really want to be your girlfriend or wife, just go for it. Just go for it because you just don't know. You know, you don't know how long you'll be single or if you go for another dating drought or whatever. So just take heed to what I'm saying. And I just the other day I was thinking that wow, I'm 40 years old. I've never been married, never had kids. Yeah, I was engaged, but that didn't work out. And even throughout my late teens, early 20s, even though I played the field quite a bit, yeah, I had fun. I had fun while it lasted. I've got nothing to show for it. I've got nothing to show for it. I thought I'm just a single guy. And don't get me wrong, being single has its perks. I can go and do what I want. I can spend as much money I want to. But sometimes I get lonely because, I mean, there's people who I went to school with. I grew up with a lot of them. They're in happy relationships, happy marriages, and I just envy them a little bit. Not in a bad way, in a way where I wish that was me. I wish I had a nice quality, good looking woman who's got no kids. I can have a nice nuclear family with, because trust me, guys. Some cases, not all cases, but sometimes the older I get, the harder it is, because, like I said, it's like all the good ones are gone. All the good women are gone. There's no good women left. All good women are gone. The ones that are left over, they're either ugly or fat that no man wants to fucking date, or if they got looks to them, if they are good looking, they got fucking kids. It's like there's no. I'm scared that there's no good looking woman who's child free, who's in shape that's available for me. And I'm getting scared about it. I'm getting really shook. But again, I can't be negative and I can't lose hope. There must be something out there for me. And like I said before, and I say it again, I repeat this message, guys. Guys, men out there, like I said, if you meet a good looking woman that's beautiful, that's your type, that's got no kids, and she really, really likes you, don't waste time. Don't waste time. Because that opportunity might not ever come again. You know what I mean? Because these days, to get a girlfriend these days, they want to be fucking become a superstar. You got to have money, power, resources. You got to have clout, and it was like that 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Dating women back then was so much easier. You could just bring yourself. But the dating app has changed so much now. It's like if you haven't got receipts from Instagram, or you haven't got the blue chip, or what they call it, women now, they don't want to know you. You got to be certified superstar just to even get hello. That's why I wish I got with those women. Especially the women the women that got away in my life, the ones that I let slip through my fingers in terms of dating opportunities. I missed that because everyone there's free. I'm not talking about ex-girlfriend I dated, because I dated them. You know what I mean? It was different. I dated them and it didn't work out, but at least I dated them. I'm talking about the ones that I never got a chance to date, the ones that really liked me, but for some reason I never took it further. I regret that, and I probably regret it for the rest of my life. I feel that I'm 40 now. I've got nothing, in terms of dating, I've got nothing to show for it. And guys, don't make same mistake I made. You know what I mean? Oh shit. You know. And please, guys, don't make the same mistakes as me. Take the opportunity with both hands. If a woman approaches you and she's your type, yeah. But like I said before, I miss dating in the late not in the 1990s, early 2000s, because it was a different time period. Women were much more easy to approach. There weren't no playing game bullshit. They made it blatantly known that they were interested in you. And if there was a time machine ever invented now, I'll go back to those times and I'll change a lot of things in my life, and I would have got one of those women that I let slip through my fingers, especially when it comes to dating opportunities. I let slip my fingers from dating opportunities, because I would have been married by now. I would have my own family now, and I'm scared that it's too late. I'm scared it's too late for me, that I might not ever find anyone ever again. Which is sad, but that's how life is now. I'm scared that I'll never find anyone again, because it's like all the good women are gone. They were gone. There's no good women left. And I might not. I'll probably never find anyone again. But anyway, guys, if you liked the video, please subscribe. I'm out.